Sound in Irish tradition is a tool, not a performance. And when you work with the Mórrígan, it carries truth and sovereignty into the world you live in right now. In the stories, the Baive and Nevin raise a cry that breaks the courage of armies, showing that voice and noise are acts that move energy, not ornaments to dress it up. Alongside that, our practice names rosc, R-O-S-C, poetry, as crafted incantation. It is a spell, it is a charm, just as much as it is a poem. And dichetal, chennaib, as the spontaneous prophetic utterance. These are two living ways to shape sound so it does real work as part of our living tradition and our relationship with the Mórrígan. So if you're going to take one thing from today, let it be this. Sound is breath with intention, and intention, grounded in Irish source, becomes sovereignty in action. Here's how to think about it before you practice. Rosc poetry uses dense, elusive phrasing to speak straight to power, so it cuts through the noise and reminds the body of what is true. For more on rosc poetry, please check out the rest of the podcast. We have mentioned it a few times now, so go back through the episodes and have a listen. Dichetal chennaib is one of the three skills of a poet, and it arises when you stop polishing and let the truth come out in the moment. So the other world has a clear path through your breath. Now, obviously, this is otherworld entities that you have built relationship with. We are not trying to open a portal to anything through our voice, right? So, there is a bit of work to do in this before you just start willy-nilly using the other world and letting it through, right? But of course, there's so many resources at the Mórrígan Academy. There's even more at the Irish Pagan School if you want to explore any of this, right? But both of these things, rosc and dichetal chennaib, sit in the Mórrígan's domain because both serve right relationship, which is really at the heart of sovereignty in this tradition. Now, I've just given you some resources that are ours, but I actually want to highlight a very good friend of mine from many, many decades ago is Geraldine Merkins Byrne. She has taught for us at the Irish Pagan School, and she is a very good friend and colleague, and she has a new book. She's here in Ireland as well. She has a new book coming out. As I record this podcast, it'll be out early next year, so early 2026 with Moon Books, and it's called Dichetal, The Sound of Magic in Irish Traditions. And it's a book, and Geraldine's work really explores the ancient roots of music magic. That's what dichetal means, music magic, in Ireland. And how words, music and non-lexical sound create change, and how to weave that into daily practice without needing any formal musical training. So again, it's from Moon Books with paperback and ebook editions, and it's really a strong companion if you are building skill with rosc, satire and prophecy from an Irish perspective. So I do highly recommend it. I want you to think and remember that you're not alone in this work. There are resources, there is community, there are other people who you can talk to about this. There are mentors that you can go to. And again, I'm not just talking about myself here. But the small steps that you're taking really count. One of my students wrote, "The free studies at the Mórrígan Academy are so helpful for budget-friendly folk like myself, and that encouragement matters when you're rebuilding confidence in your voice. It's the small free resources like this definitely can be a foundation and a platform, and then we obviously have other courses and other programs if you want to take things further. You can get my book, The Mórrígan, Ireland's Goddess, And a lot of this is explored in depth at really reasonable price, obviously, in that. But I don't want any part of you to think that this work, these resources are not acceptable to you, or not accessible to you even, or acceptable. But you get to decide that. So start where you are, keep it simple, and let the practice prove itself in your body. Sit or stand with your feet grounded. Soften your jaw, drop your tongue from the roof of your mouth. I know it's up there. Take 3 slow breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to be humming gently on the exhale so that you feel the resonance in your chest and in your throat. Choose one clear line of rosc poetry that names your aligned action for the day. And just a quick example, you can take something from the mythology if you want, but something that you can use just, to fill in if you want is, I stand, I speak, I move in right relationship. So again, it becomes a bit of a chant as you go through it. You say it time and time again. Say it 3 times at least with steady breath and natural pace. And then finish by noticing one small physical shift. Maybe it's steadier posture, warmer hands, clearer voice. And let that be the sign that your sovereignty has landed. And if you don't feel a small physical shift, just do the exercise again. It's like 1 minute to maybe 3 minutes if you're breathing out for a long time, right? But if this is work that you want to anchor with guidance and community, so again, you can do it yourself, you can do it solo. This podcast is designed to make sure that this work is accessible to everyone across the board. But if you do want to take it further, if you would like some extra guidance, some community to share it with, enrollment is open for the Mórrígan's Magic, the private workshop circle. This is a 30-day access to our private community space with 4 focus channels for engagement as we go through the month. And we meet live the Saturday, so it's Saturday the 15th of November, again as I record this. And if you are listening to this after and you've missed it, there is a link to the waiting list down below at mórrígan.academy/magic. And we are going to be meeting this Saturday for the live workshop, which is at 7 p.m. Irish time. And this is the core workshop. And if you miss it live, don't worry, a full recording will be available because, again, you get 30 days access to this community, to this process, to this work that is going to be laid out for you. So in week 1, we're going to be looking at the battle cry. In week 2, we're going to be looking at rosc creation. In week 3, dichetal chennaib practice. And week 4, sovereignty integration. So it's all grounded in authentic Irish sources, as you would expect from me. And if it is time to claim your voice with the Mórrígan and carry it into your real world, come in now and take your seat in the circle. Or if it's not for you, if you can't afford it, if it's not the right time for you, if you haven't got the time to dedicate to it, all of these things, you could sit with that and see, is it just because it feels too hard, or is it genuinely, this is not for me right now, which is absolutely fine. If that's the case, please go back through older episodes of the podcast, look for the rosc poetry ones particularly, and generally there are small practices and small exercises that are available all throughout the podcast. There's little bits of learning, there's personal stories, there's advice, there's support, there's guidance. It's all free and it's there for you. But if you would like to join us for a little bit of a deeper dive, for a little bit more support, a little bit more guidance, a little bit more community, then please go to Crows, Cry and Chaos, our private workshop circle, and that is available at mórrígan.academy/magic. And if you've missed it, then please do join the waiting list and you can catch it next time around. Slán.